Larry Myricks, Mississippi College. He was a small college guy from Mississippi with a world-class reputation. Oh, and Larry Myricks just happened to be one of the greatest long jumpers in collegiate history. Competing for tiny Mississippi College, Myricks burst onto the national scene in spectacular fashion as a sophomore, winning the NCAA title in the long jump and placing second at the Olympic trials in 1976. His senior season was one for the record books, claiming NCAA, U.S. National, and World Cup titles, in addition to having the longest jump in the world that year. In all, the versatile Myricks leaped and sprinted his way to 8 NCAA individual championships, including 6 long jump titles and 2 in the 200-meter race. Talk about making a name for yourself and Mississippi College. Larry Myricks is in the Hall of Fame.
Man, you look like you were shot out of a cannon on a couple of those shots. When you see that video, what goes through your mind?
You know, it brings back a lot of memories. Those were some phenomenal times, and I tell people all the time, it's so easy to do things that you really love to do, and you know, if you're blessed enough to be good at it, then that's just icing on the cake. You know, so yeah, it brings back a lot of memories, and that was a phenomenal chapter in life, and it was enjoyable.
79 was your biggest year. Is there a moment? I'd asked Amy, I think earlier it was Amy I asked about. If you had a moment, a meet that you'd put in a time capsule, if somebody said they needed a Larry Myricks time capsule.
You know, I think when at the championships when I jumped at 27:11 and a half. That would be my time capsule, because at the time that was the second longest jump in history. And my challenge to me as an athlete and as a jumper was to always improve. You know, we all want to win, but I want to always get better. And if it might not be a win that day, but if it is, that's icing on the cake as well. But it would just always be just a little bit better every time you go out.
You know, when you're reading about Mississippi College, it doesn't say Mississippi College, it says small Mississippi College. Every time small is before that. You were recruited to go to much bigger schools, universities. Why Mississippi College?
Frustration. I mean, as a high school athlete, I was pretty heavily recruited, you know, by a lot of bigger schools. And where I went to high school, just so happens that the principal's son was the coach at Mississippi College. So from the time I was 9th grade up until I agreed to go to MC, that's all I heard about was Mississippi College, Mississippi College, Mississippi College. I'm sitting in shop class one day, and we're learning how to do leather and make belts, and because I'm a creative person, I was enjoying it. And over the intercom, the principal says, "Would you send Larry Myricks to my office?" And I'm going like, what have I done now? You know, so I go to the office, and he says, "Sit down, young man, let's chat." And so we're sitting there talking, and he just kind of stopped and said, "If I called my son, would you sign a letter of intent to go to Mississippi College?" And I said, "Yeah, please call him. Let's just get it over with." You know, and 5 minutes later, he was walking in the door. And I signed and went, but wouldn't do a thing different. It was an amazing experience.
76, Olympic trials, Eugene. Here we are.
Yeah.
Nearly 50 years later.
Yeah.
What memories would bring back going? It's not the old Hayward, but it's track down.
Yeah, but you know what? It's a phenomenal facility. It's absolutely gorgeous. We got that tour today. But the thing that amazed me and that I really look forward to was those fans in the stands. You know, we compete a lot of places, you know, but when you come to Track Town, you're competing in front of folks who know track, you know, so when you step out on the track, they know your stats already. So they come with expectations, you know, so you got to come to perform, and we always did. And it's just a phenomenal place to compete, and the fans poured it into you to get it out of you, so, yeah.
76 Eugene was great. 76 Montreal was looking to be great, and then what happens?
Broken ankle. We were doing warm-ups, getting ready for the finals, and I'm just running down, checking steps like I do every competition. And I heard a snap, I felt a snap, and I knew what it was because that was my right leg, but I had done the same thing on my left leg as a senior in high school. So I knew exactly what it was, and so I just went and sat down, and it was a low moment, but I was taken down to the medical tent, and I'd never forget one of the doctors said to me, because they didn't X-ray it, and they just looked at it, and it wasn't swollen. Well, we'll give you a little cortisone shot, just take the pain away. You can go ahead and compete. But fortunately for me, I was smart enough to say no, because that could have ruined me for the rest. That could have just killed my career because it was broken, and I wound up being out of the sport almost 2 years, trying to get that thing healed. So that was a tough one.
You healed it, and then you returned to Montreal and put it on them in the Worlds.
And that was at 27-11. So it was an extreme high and extreme low all in the same stadium. It's full circle.
We talked about it's the journey,
Yeah.
not the destination.
Right.
Not the medal that you're getting here, although that's to be honored and it's privileged.
Right.
But it's the people sitting in the front row
Exactly.
and this group of people here that mean so much of your thoughts.
You know what? And a lot of them have kind of said it and alluded to it. It's the thing I take away more from my time in track and field is the relationships. We've all got medals, we've all got trophies. When I first started going to Europe, they gave the biggest trophies. You go to it. If you're in Europe and you're going over for 8 or 10 meets like we would often do, you packing around a lot of hardware. And so at some point you got to start unloading some of this stuff. And what I wound up doing is I'd leave one here, I'd leave one there, and I'd take the most interesting ones and I'd take them home. But kind of through all that, and Holliston, we were all having breakfast this morning, we were talking, and as athletes, we're competitive. We get together before the meet and we have a good time, and we get together after the meet and have a good time. Because that's kind of what it's all about. I'm still very good friends with a lot of folks I competed against. I've only had 3 coaches in my career: a high school coach, collegiate coach, and post-collegiate, and I'm still in contact with all of them because they all planted something different in me that kind of got me to ultimately where I went and was able to accomplish things I was able to accomplish, and they're all father figures. Talk to Coach G more often now. I just saw my collegiate coach a little over a month ago, and then Coach Wright, my high school coach. I haven't talked to him for a minute, but I know he's okay. But it's the relationships, because I love this medal. So whoever picked this out did one heck of a good job. I've never had one this big nor this heavy. I absolutely love it. But it'll go where all the rest of them are. I got them in a bag in the closet.
Enjoying the journey. Larry Myricks, everybody.